in here with another episode of Juice to the Legend, man. You know what I'm saying? Tonight, we got a special guest, man, coming straight up out of Jackson, Mississippi. We got that boy Stan the Man, man. What's good, bro?
What's up, man? You got it, man.
Oh, man, just chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? First of all, man, appreciate you for coming on the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been paying attention to you for a little while, and I said, man, let me see what Stan the Man got going on, man. So tell us what you been up to.
Man, before we start with the interview, man, I want to say, man, that I respect what you're doing with this channel, man.
Appreciate you.
Um, I was looking up like the top rappers from Jackson, Mississippi, around like 2 years ago,
Right.
and I came across your channel, and I saw that you had a lot of content highlighting the people from the city and the surrounding areas, and that made me subscribe because I was really interested in what you was posting and stuff. So I just wanted to give your props and tell you, I appreciate what you're doing for the city and highlighting everything that's going on.
Hey, man, appreciate you, man. Hey, that's what I do it for, man. You know what I'm saying? For the city.
It's like,
Yep, yep.
hey, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. But
So we're gonna
uh, go ahead, man.
now you go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Now I was just about to say, man. Right now, I'm just getting myself ready to, drop more music, and I just been making beats and stuff. But you know, I plan on dropping music this year. But I took like a few months off because I haven't been able to do anything. But I started dropping music at the end of 2024, like around Christmas, and then I dropped a few songs last year. But this year I plan on dropping more. So that's what I've been doing.
Okay, okay. So what we like to do on this channel, man, we like to start from the beginning, man. So where are you originally from?
I'm from Jackson. I was raised in my early life in West Jackson, but after my sixth grade year, we moved to South Jackson, and that's where we've been since.
Okay. How
So,
was it growing up in Jackson?
man, I mean, it's Jackson, you know. I mean, anybody who know about the city know, it's Jackson, you know. Um, for me, I like to like stay to myself. So
Right, right,
I'm a real like secluded person where I got a tight circle and everything. So
right,
I wouldn't
right,
like just in a lot of like drama or anything. But I know people around the city and stuff. But I mostly stay to myself. But
right,
if you in you from the city, then you know Jackson. So.
right. So when you stayed out west, where you went to Hardy, Blackburn, where you was at?
Well, I did my sixth grade year in Blackburn,
Okay.
and then when we moved to South Jackson, I finished my middle school years in at Whitney.
Okay. Where you went to the Wingfield, the Forest Hill in high school?
I went to Forest Hill all 4 years.
Okay. Okay. So what was your first musical inspiration, man? We got some people up in the chat too, man. Salute to everybody tuning in, man. Stay in the man lives, exclusive interview with Juice the Legend. But yes, tell us about your first musical inspiration.
Well, I was always into music, before I even started. But like the person who made me start rapping was The Game. His first
Okay. West
album,
Coast.
yeah, the documentary. But he wasn't like the person who really just influenced my style. Like my
Right.
my main influences when it came to my style were Ti, um,
Right.
pre auto tune Wayne,
Yeah.
um, Fabulous, people like
Okay.
that. But my two main influences when it came to my style was Ti and Wayne.
Right. That's kind of crazy, man. Most people I know from Jackson, they gonna go with Boosie. There'll be a lot of people from Jackson say Boosie, but you saying the
Yeah,
game, Fabulous and stuff like that. Let me know you got a real diverse musical. You real diverse with it.
yeah, I like Boosie too. I respect him a lot. And, I listen to a lot of his stuff, but I would say that he influenced my style. Like I'm more when it comes to like the musical side and like the beats. I'm not a New Orleans bounce type, person. I'm
Right.
more on the Memphis sound. So that
Right.
that that's
Right.
that's my side. And when it comes to making beats, my influences were Drummer Boy and Shawty Red. So
Okay.
yeah.
That's some good guys right there. So how old were you when you first started making music?
I first started rapping when I was 15. That's 20
Okay.
years ago. So I've been rapping for a long time, but I just didn't have the connections and the the I didn't have the connections and I didn't have the equipment or anything to be able to record or anything. So I was really just sharpening my skills and everything. But I started making beats in 2023. So I haven't been making beats that long.
Right. Just don't want to make beats, man.
Man, I already like was good at rapping. And
Right.
when I first started rapping, I was making songs to other people's beats. And I knew that I
Right.
couldn't, just make a career making money in rapping,
Right.
rapping to other people's beats. I could make a career, rapping to other people's beats, but I couldn't make money doing it. So
Right.
I needed original beats. And at the time, I was making money driving trucks and everything. And so I decided to, buy my own equipment. And I bought an MPC, bought a keyboard, and I just started making beats. Um, you know, so I can have original beats to make songs to.
So it was that easy. You just bought some equipment and you just jumped right into it.
Well, see, the thing is, I don't know how to read musical notes. I don't know
Right.
chords or anything. So I just play by ear and I play by feel. But
Right.
I had to learn the equipment first. But my cousin, he was already, making beats and everything years before me, before he even got connected to me. And
Right.
he's the one who made me go ahead and get my own, beat machine and everything. And so
Right.
when I learned the in and outs of the equipment from him, I just started, messing around with the pads and the keys. I didn't have anybody just teaching me, how to make beats. I already really just had what I wanted to make in my head. I already knew how I wanted my sound to be. So I just started, and I wasn't really real good at first, but with
Right.
anything is, the longer that you do something, the better you're gonna get. So
Right. So what was the first software you started off with?
the first software is what I MPC. I have a MPC One Plus and a MPK 225, and I got a MPC Key 61, but I keep the One Plus with me.
What about Fruity Loops? How you feel about that?
You know what? I never worked on Fruity Loops before. Never worked on
Really?
FL. Yeah, I never worked on FL Studio before. I never worked in the DAW on the computer making beats. I just always worked in the hardware. And when it comes to like recording my songs, I never recorded my songs in Fruity Loops. I know other people do. It's
Right.
other people who make beats and they make their whole songs in it. But I use Presonus Studio One to record my songs.
Okay. Do you feel like it's more simple than Fruity Loops? And
I just never tried Fruity Loops. When I
Yeah,
got introduced to Persona Studio One, it was just user friendly for me at least, and it was easy for me to understand. And my cousin, he already knew it, so he showed me what to do with it, and I just really, I really just latched on to that because he could teach me what he knew from that, and that was just the easiest route for me to make music on.
right, right. So do you feel like it was better for you having your own equipment rather than trying to go reach out to everybody and get studio time and ask for beats and stuff like that?
Yeah, because when you got to think about it. If you have your own equipment, you can record anytime. Like
Right,
you don't have to be on anybody else's schedule. You don't have to wait for anybody. You don't have to pay nobody else. All you gotta do, and then the thing is, when you planning on buying your own equipment, you don't have to buy everything at once. You can buy everything
right.
piece by piece until you got everything that you need. So yeah, it's easier for me because I could make songs whenever I want to because I have my own equipment.
Right. So I don't ask you something. So if I'm a young kid and I'm trying to make beats, man, give me a list of things on the budget friendly budget that you think the dudes that they need to get started, just to get started making beats.
Well, for me, I wanted to work on the hardware, but I know everybody don't want to work on hardware. So I would say most people will have a computer or a laptop. So
Right.
if you have a computer or a laptop with enough RAM and enough SSD storage, all you got to do is find a program that you are comfortable with, making beats. A lot of people use Fruity Loops, aka FL Studio, and if that's what you're comfortable with and that's what you want to learn, then go for that. I would say that if you want to work in the DAW, at least for me, I would at least have a MIDI keyboard to hook up to it, but you don't have to.
Right.
I know a lot of people they make beats, just with the mouse and they do it like that.
Right.
So, but if you have the money, I would say if you have the money and you want to work on hardware, then the cheapest route you can go is what I got in front of me now, which is an MPC one or MPC one plus because they around like $600 right now. So, and then
Okay.
they have all the sounds in it. You don't have to buy for it from different companies or whatever. You don't have to buy different VSTs or anything. You have to buy your sounds, but they already come in it. It's some that already come in it, and then you just buy different sounds from there.
Okay. So what's the biggest obstacles that you face, man, doing this music thing?
Um, the biggest obstacle right now is really visibility. Um, I I've been doing this a long time, but I just started, you know, being visible or trying to be visible with it. And
Right.
everybody, they start somewhere. Everybody don't start up there. There's some people that start down here, and
Hmm.
that's where I'm at right now as far as the visibility. I think that talent wise, I'm as talented as anybody when it comes to rapping. I got bars for days, and then I can make beats. Um, like I can make good beats, but I think it's the visibility for me.
Right. Okay. So so I would say you seem like an introvert, man. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like that's the reason why I'm the type of guy like I know a lot of people, we from Jackson, we went to school with these people, but I didn't necessarily. hang with a lot of people or have a relationship. So when I first started Juicy the Legend, I really didn't want to. I didn't feel comfortable just getting out there, man. I kind of was thinking about what this person gonna say or this, that, and the third. Jumped out there, man. And matter of fact, when I first started doing it, I wouldn't even show my face. I probably did like 30 or 40 videos before I just showed who the people who I was, man. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely can attest to that, man, about being an introvert. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but talent gonna always the cream will always rise to the top, man. You know what I'm saying?
And especially if you got the work ethic too. It's work ethic plus talent. You can't just have the
Right,
talent alone. If you just got talent and you're not motivated and you don't have the work ethic, then talent ain't gonna take you over the finish line. You gotta be able to, put your
right,
head down and work too. So and
right, right,
I mean, yeah, I'm an introvert, you know what I'm saying, but I'm not scared to get in front of the camera. I'm not scared to get in front of the
right,
mic. That's the thing. I'm
right,
I'm I'm more of a tight circle introvert and
right,
instead of a camera shy introvert.
right. Okay. So, hey, man, how you feel about Mississippi music rap scene right now, man? Give me your opinion on it.
Ah man, Mississippi rap scene. I would say that it's some people out there that they doing their thing and everything, but I think it could be better. I think we can
Right,
have more unity. I think we can have more people doing it because Mississippi got talent, and not
right,
just Mississippi. Jackson got talent,
right,
and
right,
the thing that's holding us back is it's a lot of bigger cities and stuff that's getting the shine and everything that we not getting. But if we came together and we push each other up and really just did what we was good at and just really put our mind and our heart into it, I think that we could really make some noise in the music scene.
right, right. I'm gonna ask you another question. How some of you other artists that came before us, man? How in tune are you with like the first people that were doing it in Jackson, man? You know about some of them people?
I know about some of them. I know about Kamikaze. I think he was cold. I really like
Yeah,
his song "You Ain't Hard." That was my
yeah,
favorite
you know,
song he
yeah,
made.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was my favorite song he made. David Banner, um, Lil Lonnie, rest in peace to him. Um,
Mhm.
I mean, I've heard some other stuff, but those are the ones that I'm the most familiar with. But I like I said, I looked up a lot of stuff on your channel, and I was looking up my history, but I'm not really just in tune with
Right.
a lot of the past artists and stuff.
Mhm. Mhm. Do you feel like Bound to get a bad rap, man, from the city?
Do I think who?
David Bound to get a bad rap with the city.
I think that he do get a bad rap with the city, and I honestly I kind of understand where he coming from. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Because the people he came up with, he felt like they didn't support him or whatever, and I feel like
right,
that at times too with me. But you know I realized that, man, you can't expect somebody to you know believe in you the way that you believe in yourself. You got to show them. And if
right,
they want to believe it in you after you show them, then that's on them. But I think that when you coming up, you gotta just align yourself with people who really just see your vision and just ignore the noise or the lack of noise around you. And if you really put your mind and put your heart into it, then everything gonna happen the way it's supposed to. Because what God got for you, can't nobody take from you.
Right, right. So have you dropped a project yet?
I've been dropping stuff with Traps and Trunks. You ever heard of Traps and Trunks? Strictly for Traps
I
and
heard
Trunks.
of. I heard of.
Yeah, yeah. I've been dropping songs with them to get my name up and everything because I'm still relatively unknown. But once I get some awareness up around my name, then I plan on dropping some stuff by myself.
How did that relationship come about?
I was following them on Instagram for a minute. I heard
Okay.
about them years before I started following them on Instagram, but out of nowhere, I just decided to DM them because I saw posts that they put up on Instagram, telling about mixtape slots and everything. And
Right.
once I DM'd them, I didn't even expect them to respond, but they
Mm-hmm.
responded, and they told me their rates and everything, and I just started dropping music with them from there. And I plan on dropping more with them and during this year, maybe um, I want to say around March or April I'll start back. But how I got in touch with them, and they've been real cool.
Right. Okay. So how you feel about the way we listen to music now? Do you feel like it's better for an artist to drop singles, or should they come out with projects right now in
See,
this musical landscape?
I wanted the way I wanted to do it at first. I wanted to just come out with a project, but
Right.
I think that it's probably better for you to start with singles first to get everybody acquainted to who you are, and then if you drop singles, then that's gonna make them want more, and then
Right.
you can build up to maybe an EP and then a mixtape or an album. So I think it's best to just drop just single songs first.
Right. As far as like getting paid to do music, man, are you getting paid for some of your music yet?
Not yet, not yet, because I haven't done any shows or anything yet, and I'm just starting like with when it comes to my visibility and everything. But I plan on keep going so I can get some revenue going, and I'm already registered with BMI. So once I
Mhm.
start making money from it, I already have my royalty and everything set up.
Right. Have you sold any of your beats to other artists yet?
I have a sale lined up, and it's an artist from Meridian. I don't know if he is gonna come through or not, but he made his he came in to me and said that he intends to buy a certain beat from me, and he wanted me to be on the song with him. But we're gonna see. Other than that, I haven't sold anything yet, but I'm willing to work with other artists and produce for them, and sell beats to them. I'm open to that.
Right. Right. So if you can explain your style to somebody out there that's just getting in tune with Standing Man, explain your style.
Well, I have a hybrid style. I like trap beats. That's what I make. I like and I make trap beats, but I'm a southern lyricist. You
Right.
know, punchline, storytelling, internal rhyme schemes, and everything like that. But I can make club songs too, and I can make deep cuts. But if I have to put it in just a phrase, I would say um, southern lyricism over trap beats. That's my style.
Okay. Okay. So man, hey, when we talked on the phone, you told me that Dolph was one of your favorite rappers, man. Dolph also one of my favorite rappers, man. What was it about Dolph that made you start liking his music or whatever, and liking what he putting down?
I first heard of Dolph in 2010. You know that song he had with Two Chains, where at the time he was Titty Boy.
Pull
I'm
up in
blessed.
the race. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That was a pull up, but I'm on the it was I'm blessed. That was the first song that I heard,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
him. I think that was on. I think it was on the first High Class Street Music,
High class
or
street music.
and Drummer Boy made the beat to that song. But
Yeah,
that was the first time I heard of him, and then the next year he dropped High Class Street Music 2 Hustler's Paradise on my birthday. And
yeah,
I was looking for something to listen to that day, and I went on live mixtapes and I saw that he dropped that on my birthday, and I was like, I'm gonna listen to this today. And now I listened to that whole mixtape, that whole day, and ever since then, I've been rocking with him.
yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, Dolph was him, man. I liked everything about him, the independent grind. Dolph inspired me to start one of my businesses years ago, man. You know what I'm saying? So Dolph was definitely that guy, man.
Yeah, that hey, he gonna inspire you to do something independently. Him and Nipsey. That's one thing that I can say about them. They gonna inspire you to do something and to make some money and own something. And I
Right,
respected that about him too. That's what made me want to like just be independent and not want to sign to anybody.
right, right. Man. Let me ask you something. Give me your top five artists of all time.
Ooh, I never even I never even thought of a top five of all time, man. But oh, I'll give you my top five favorite. How about that?
That sound good.
Because because it's a lot of them that could go in that top five, like just best. But I'll give you my top five favorite: Dolph,
Okay,
Ti,
okay.
Rocco,
Rocco the Dunn.
uh, yeah, Rocco,
Okay.
um, Ludacris,
Luda.
Jeezy, Jeezy.
Hey, see,
And
I see
and
you.
and, and I have to add Gucci in there too. Gucci. That was my
Okay.
boy.
You
Yeah.
like them troubles.
Yeah, yeah. But I got a lot of people who aren't, in trap music who I like too, but I'm from the South, so
Right.
you know.
Right. 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 So what about people like Pimp C and them and 8 Ball and MJG? Do you go far back that far back?
Yeah, I got a lot of respect for them, man. I
Yeah.
got all UGK and 8 Ball and MJG on my iPhone on Apple Music. I listen to all of it. Yeah, I
Right.
listen to all of it.
Yeah. What's the biggest difference between the music back then and the music now?
I would say the biggest difference is, now it's a lot of people who try to sound the same. A lot of
Right.
people who, you know, I like his style, so I'm gonna try to do something like him, make me a such and such type beat, But back then, a lot of people had originality. A lot of people value lyricism and they value subject matter. So I think that was, the biggest difference.
Right.
Everybody back then wasn't sounding like each other.
Right.
You had
Right.
variety.
If explain to the people what you think you bring to the game.
Man, what I bring to the game, I bring lyricism. I'm gonna hit you with some hard punchlines, and I got a tight flow. I make my own beats, and I know other people who make beats. So I'm not just you know making stuff that sound like everybody else. Um, I don't do the auto tune thing. I'm just a straight rapper. I'm
Right.
rapping. I'm trying to make you understand me. I'm trying to let you know that I'm spitting. I'm actually spitting bars and stuff. And when it comes to other artists, if they want it, I can bring beats to them. I can drop a hot verse if they want me to.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, I mean that's what I bring to the game, and it's something different. Um, I have a early 2000s influence. I'm not influenced by people out now. So
Right. Switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna get off topic on the music. I'm gonna ask you about the city of Jackson, man. How you feel about all the murders and stuff that go on in the city, man?
man, it's been like that for a while, man.
Right.
And for like 7 years straight, I was away from it for the most part because I was on the road driving trucks, and
Right.
I started being back around here for a little over a year. But man, I really don't. I never liked it. I think it's kind of ridiculous because you know that's what a lot of people try to solve their issues with, just ending somebody's life. And you never know what that person is gonna be in life, and I think that a lot of people don't think about the other people that they affect when it comes to that.
Right.
People have to grow up without their parents, and it's a domino effect. And I, I I think that when it comes to the murders and the crime in general, is because of the lack of opportunities that
Right.
that's in the city and everything. And if we had more opportunities, I think that the crime rate would go down.
Right. Well, you say you in your 30s, right?
Yeah.
So I know you remember. I'm 40, so I know you remember a time when the city was it. What do you think happened that got it in the state that it's in now, man?
Man, I honestly just think that it's just a lot of beef. People grew up and they don't want to handle it the old way. Back in the day, we used to fight it out. It wouldn't. I mean, it was always guns, but it
Right.
wasn't as much as it is now. And
Right.
then, like I said, it was more opportunities back then. It's not opportunities. Like, say for instance, the Metro Center. We had so many
Right.
jobs in the Metro Center, that thing closed down now. It was so many stores in there where you could go and get a job and work at, and other places too, not just the Metro Center. And they
Right.
gone. So
Hmm.
people, they resorting to other ways to make money, and then that when you resorting to other ways to make money, which they always been around too, but it's more people doing it. And so you stepping on other people's territories, and they feel like you stepping on their toes and everything. And it's just a lot of conflict when it comes to that. And people, is it people are always gonna have problems with you anyway. But
Hmm.
it just intensified because of the lack of opportunities.
Right. Yeah, man. I just hate to see the city in this site in the way it is, man. Because I remember. the fun days, man, when we used to go to Rapids on the Reservoir, like you said, the Metro Center, putting all that back in the day, man. I want to see the city, man. That's what I'm for.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yep, yep. Hey, I'm gonna switch it up. Man. What's your favorite movie, man?
Ah, my favorite movie, man. I got a lot of favorite movies. I like all the Fridays. I like Boys
Yeah,
in the Hood.
yeah,
Uh, I like Don't Be a Menace.
yeah.
Stuff
That's a
like
classic.
that. I like stuff
Yeah,
like that. I like
yeah,
Scarface. So yeah, those are the type of movies that I like.
yeah. Me too, man. I want to put together a movie about the city, man. A good funny movie. Something they gonna take. Cause people in Jackson, we have fun too, man. They think it's just all about killing and stuff like that. If I could do a movie, I'd do a movie about Jackson, and it'll be some real funny, man. Something in the mind frame of Friday or something like that, man.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be something good, man. I think you should do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to, man. But look, I heard you say something about you was driving trucks, man. Speak on the trucking industry. How you feel about the trucking industry?
Um, well, see, I started driving trucks in 2017, and I was on the road for 7 years straight. I never did, and when I start back,
Right,
I'm gonna do on the road again. But when it comes to like the trucking industry, I think that a lot of the rates went down, but it's still some money to be made in it. And see, my thing when it comes to the trucking, I did everything except for like tanker and hazmat. But I did flatbed for a year, and it was
right.
cool because of the exercise and stuff. But the thing I didn't like about flatbed was the harsh weather conditions. Cause like if you in Colorado in the winter, man, it's brutal. That snow is it's brutal as hell. And then the hottest states in the country are California, Arizona, and Florida. If you go down there in the summertime and you outside and you gonna get spent real quick,
Yeah,
doing that. But it's a good exercise doing flatbed. But um, I think the best money when it comes to trucking, if you a company driver, because I never owned a truck, but if you a company driver, the best money would probably be flatbed. But if you're not doing flatbed, I would say maybe tanker, and then after that, I would say reefer, because you transporting food and stuff, and everybody gonna need food. They're gonna always need food. So
what's the best part about it, and what's the worst thing about it?
for me, the best part about it is when I started, I saw a lot of stuff that I wouldn't have seen if I didn't start. And I experienced a lot of stuff and went to a lot of places that I never experienced or never went to before I started driving trucks. And I got my all my equipment with my truck driving money. So if it wasn't for me,
Yeah,
getting my CDL and getting on the road, then I wouldn't have my equipment. And
right.
I think the worst thing about driving trucks is, man, I I said this when I first started. I didn't know how bad regular people were at driving until I started driving trucks. They horrible drivers, and it's some truck drivers that do some crazy stuff too. They be trying to race you when you trying to pass them and stuff like that. But the one thing the that really got on my nerves driving trucks was, just people doing crazy stuff on the road that put themselves and other people in danger. And that's one thing I got tired of. And
Yeah.
but now I miss it. I'm about to start back though.
What's the crazy thing you seen out there on the road, man?
I seen a lot of crazy stuff, man.
Yeah.
Um, just wrecks, um, trucks on fire, trucks turned over because of the weather. I was in a blizzard before it when I think I was in Colorado,
Yeah.
and I was driving down the road, and everything was cool at first. You had the snow on the ground and everything, but as I kept going, it, all I saw at one point was nothing but white because just the snow just
Yeah.
came
Snow everywhere.
directly. I'm talking about directly into my windshield. You couldn't see nothing. Like,
Damn.
um, yeah, it's been some like real harsh conditions when you on that road and stuff. And it was one time I remember I was in Texas, and it wasn't in the snow or anything, but one of the last companies that I drove for, I remember that I was coming back from I think Arizona or California, but I was driving through Texas, and
Yeah.
I was telling my boss that I think that the my brakes was going out because
Yeah.
it was getting harder for me to stop. And
Mm-hmm.
he told me to go to a shop, and I went to the shop, and they told me that I'm gonna need new brakes all the way around. And they told him the price, and he wasn't with it. He was like, just come home, and we're gonna fix it here. And that really had me scared because of the way that the truck was taking so long to stop. But I should have told him no, but I went ahead and started coming this way. And when I was driving that night headed back here, I remember it was on I-20 in Louisiana because I had got out of
Mm-hmm.
Texas, and
Yeah.
they had construction on the interstate. I think it was in I don't know what city it was in, but they had construction on the interstate, and everything was merging into one lane.
Yeah.
And I got on my brakes,
You probably
and
told me to do Monroe somewhere.
yeah, I think it was Monroe. Well, everything was merging into one lane, and the traffic was full. I got on my
Yeah.
brakes, and the truck wouldn't slow down at all. Like, it wasn't slowing down not 1 inch. And I was just getting closer and closer to everybody, and I had to go into the construction site to prevent hitting people. And when I went
Damn.
when I went through the construction site, I was still going around like 55 miles an hour, smashing through signs and
Damn.
everything. And I finally hit a big pile of dirt that stopped the truck. But if I didn't go into that construction site, a lot of people would have died that night. So
Damn.
that was the craziest thing that I
Yeah, man. That's crazy, man. Shit, you could have took some other lives and your own as well, man.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Damn,
And you
man.
know what? And he let me go after that too.
I figured it. I figured it. I figured it.
Yeah, he let me go after
I
that.
figured it. Damn. That's crazy. What kind of bag can you make out there on the road, man? If you straight to it, you know what I'm saying? Foot on the pavement, what kind of bag can you bring home on that road? If you don't
Well,
mind telling us.
with the company that I was driving for, that I was just telling y'all about, that he was telling me to just come home with the brakes like that. um, I was making like 3,500, 4,000 every paycheck. So I was making real good money. I was making enough money to where I bought my truck with one paycheck, and I bought this equipment with that job. And but the I think the real money comes when you own your truck, because you can pick your loads out, and but you have to worry about the fuel, you have to worry about maintenance, and stuff like that. The company takes care of that if you the company driver. But if you own your truck, you have to be responsible for all that. But like I said, you have more potential to make more money if you own your own truck.
And that was 35 a check, or 35 2 weeks, 35 1 week.
It was, see, I was out like maybe 2 weeks at a time, and
Yeah.
and when I came home, I got paid. So it was
Okay.
like every 2 weeks for me.
That's some damn good money, man. You can run it up real fast. You smart with that money.
Yeah, and that was the only company that I drove for where I was, getting paid every 2 weeks. But every other company was every week. So with the other companies, it was anywhere from like 1,000 to 2,000 a week. But it's still good money.
Damn good money, especially living in Mississippi.
Yeah, because it's not, the cost of living it isn't as high as a lot of other states and stuff. And then on top of
Right.
that, like, I wasn't even like paying rent or nothing because I was on the road most of the time. So when I came home, I was in a hotel room.
Right.
I didn't feel the need to get an apartment or a house if I was on the road most of the time.
Right. Right, man. You're right. So how you feel about Mississippi, man? A lot of people say you gotta leave Mississippi to get on or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I feel like if you can figure it out in Mississippi, you can live like a king, man. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, the cost of living is so cheap here. You can figure it out, get you some money, man. You know what I'm saying? You can get you a nice house, some rides, you can get you some assets, you know what I'm saying? You really can ball in Mississippi if you get it together, man. You know what I'm saying? How you feel about that?
I think Mississippi is a retirement state, and it's like
Yeah,
the cost of living is low, is like real low. So if you making money, if you making real good money, and with the cost of living being so low, you can really have everything that you need here. It's not as much to do here as it is in other states and stuff, but
right,
if you find a nice house, if you find a nice house here, it'll be a fraction of what you'll be paying, say, in like Texas or Atlanta, or somewhere like that. And when it comes to like the music, I think that you can make it being out here, but I think that the best thing for artists to do, if they just get bigger, and they're from the city, is really to get some place you know that's not around the city, so you can have a peace of mind.
right, right. Right, I definitely see it that way. For if I was an artist, you can live in Mississippi, but you gotta get it, you gotta move around, man, to make them connections and more visible and get yourself out there to the people. Cause we have artists, we actually have artists in this from the city that's in the game right now. You got a Nico, you got a Dear Stylist, Akeem Ali. These Jackson Bridge artists, that national, you know what I'm saying, attention, but they based out of Jackson, so they showing us the blueprint that it can be done. But I feel like we got to put in that work, man. You know what I'm saying, to get yourself out there. It definitely can be. It definitely can happen, man.
Yeah. And I think that like if you really just put your head down, and it's a lot of networking that you have to do too. So
Hmm.
if you know the right people, and then you can get yourself in some doors. So
Right, right, man. What you how you feel about people that they want the fame and all that too bad? Like some people, I know people that sold their soul to try to get in the game, man, thinking that it was something that was gonna be. Then when they get behind these certain doors, it's totally something different, man. How you feel about that?
man, I to be honest, I think I'm okay being regional and just being respected for what I do. I don't have to be the most famous person. I don't have to
Right,
be the richest person. As long as I'm living comfortable, um, I think my my integrity and my view of myself is more important than how I look to somebody else. And
right,
I couldn't look at myself the same if I was just selling my soul for fame.
right,
I rather do it the long way than do it the than take the shortcut.
right. Exactly, man. Like speaking of my platform, man, I could be way bigger if I did some of the things that other people do. Like it have been people that send me content, all type of stuff I can't even say on camera, or try to get me to let them do interview this and other rappers and all that. And I say, man, this I'm not with that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with, because I got to go outside at the end of the day, man. You know what I'm saying? I can move around Jackson and people see me and they greet me and tell me they appreciate the channel. But if I was out here keeping up bullshit, man, I wouldn't be able to do that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
and put
know,
a target
so
on your back too.
yeah, yeah, man. So I rather take the long way than try to do all type of crazy stuff. Cause I wouldn't be able to sleep at night, man. If I knew I did some fake shit to try to get on, man. You know, I ain't with it, man. So I salute you on that, bro. And like I said, that was one of the reasons I reached out to you, because I see you every day posting, let people know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't out here nut riding. You ain't out here hating. You know what I'm saying? You edit, and that's what I like, man. You know what I'm saying? And I said whatever I can do to help bring some attention your way. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it, man. That's the purpose of this right here, man. Juicy the Legends, man. To bring a light on this city, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we the underdogs in Jackson, man. So we got to work together. You know what I'm saying? And help each other out, man. The same way somebody can see you that's a fan of yours and see my channel. You know what I'm saying? So I just salute
Yeah,
you, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Salute, man. Yeah, and like I said, I respect what you doing for the city, and I respect what you doing with the channel, man. You keep doing what you doing.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. But yeah, man, we gonna get ready to wrap it up, man. Before we get out of here, though, I'm gonna let you let everybody know where they can find you at. You know what I'm saying? Let them know what you got coming next. The floor is yours.
You can find me on Instagram, Stan the Stuntman, Stan underscore the underscore Stuntman. And I'm gonna be dropping more songs this year, and I plan on dropping some mixtapes too. Maybe not this year, but if I get um some more awareness around my name, maybe I'll do it this year. But I already got the names of my mixtapes and my album and everything. But I'm just gonna keep working and keep making songs and dropping songs until I get some more awareness around my name. But if you wanna look me up, like I said, my Instagram is the Stuntman, STAN_DA_Stuntman.
So, bro, next time we chop it up, man, you're gonna have to bring that you're gonna have to drop some beats for my people on live, bro. You know what I'm saying? I would have called you out and asked you to play or something if you would have had your stuff ready, man. But
Man, I got
yeah,
it
next
plugged
time
up
we
right now. I
man,
got
play
it
us
plugged
something,
up
man.
right.
What you got? What you
All
got,
right, all
man?
right,
Play us something before we get out of here.
all right, all right.
Let's get it. Juice City
I
Legend
got,
exclusive.
all right. I'm gonna play one of my favorite beats I made.
Y'all get at them too, man. Y'all get at them on them beats, man.
It's a little
All
taste of
right,
my
yeah,
style.
man. This is exclusive right there, man. Stand the man, bro. The stunt man,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Straight up by the jack, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want them hot beats, some verses, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get at them, man. Hey, I
yeah,
was
it's a
about to
little.
freestyle on that thing, man.
It's a little taste of my style, man. I got a little more in the chamber, man. But you know that I think that's a good representation of my style right there.
Yeah, I like that, man. I like that, man. Sound like some of that one of them DJ Power beats, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But man, salute. Appreciate you coming to the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do this again. Y'all get at them, man. Y'all get at them on Facebook, Instagram, all your social media. Y'all holler at this man. Y'all seen what I did. This Jackson talent, man. When everybody always talking about we need some more people out of the city, we got somebody right here, man. Stand the man, bro. making beats, rapping, all that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get at him, man. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, it's your boy Philly Said with Juice City Legends. We check it out. Peace. All right, bro.
I appreciate it, man.